today we're going to switch it up. We're going to do something a little bit different. As you all know, I'm constantly touring different homes throughout the DMV for my clients and also for you all on this channel. But I thought it would be actually cool to bring a collective of properties together that actually are not with the same cookie cutter finishes that we always see. You all know the white cabinets, the white quartz countertops, the white walls, all the kind of like boring traditional style properties. But it actually makes sense because it's actually much easier to sell a home that is a blank canvas. So when we're working with sellers, we do tell them, definitely less is more. Declutter, also try to make the house as like simple as possible. And also as a buyer, when you're trying to buy a house, you actually appreciate that more because typically what I hear from my buyer clients is that they can envision themselves and picture themselves living there. Now, with that being said, the first property we're going to tour is 124 Adams Street Northwest. This property is located in the Bloomingdale neighborhood of Washington, D.C. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms with over 2,900 square feet of living, and it's listed at $1.7 million. Now, when I talk about personalities, this property has so many, you would not even believe it. Now, how they even put the house together when it comes to the accent walls, the different walls, also the floor, the appliances, like pretty much almost every detail. If I talked to you about it, if we talked about it, it actually wouldn't make sense. You actually would think it would clash. But somehow, some way, this owner, these sellers really did a number on the house in a good way. So when I talk about personalities, you're gonna see what I mean. It's a lot of personalities in a great way. Now, the second property is 409 Florida Avenue Northwest, and this property is located in the LeDroit Park neighborhood of Washington, D.C. And it's 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms with over 2,600 square feet of living, and it's listed at $1,050,000. So in terms of this personality of this home, it actually has a lot more masculine features in terms of that it is a little bit more on the darker side in terms of like the actual finishes. So when it comes to some of the walls, even some of the decorations, a little bit darker. But I actually really like it because it still gives you this high, elegant feel or like elegant living. And also the living room / kitchen ceiling has this elegant gold finish. I know, you're probably thinking like, what? Let's hurry up and get to it. Hold on one second. I still got another thing or two I want to share with you before we dive into the tour. It still looks very elegant, like I said. It's very unique, and again, personality galore, both of the properties. Another thing I want to share with you about this property is actually being used as an Airbnb. So if you're an individual that has been curious about buying a property and using it for Airbnb, like how does that work in DC? What are the laws? So when it comes to having an Airbnb in Washington, D.C., or any type of short-term rental, whether you use VRBO or any of those platforms that's out there, if you have a short-term rental, number one is that you must have a rental license, and the rental license must be displayed in the property. You also need to pay transient lounging taxes. That's right. Kind of similar to like hotels, you must pay those lounging transient taxes. Also, you must have liability insurance, and there is a limit. I believe it's about $500,000 limit, but you need to have liability insurance. Another thing is that you need to be mindful of is that you must keep records of all your bookings for up to 2 years. If this is your primary residence, you must reside in the property. If it's not going to be your primary residence, you can only rent it out for 90 days per a calendar year. That's right, only 90 days. The laws have changed and actually changed back in 2019, and DC actually started to enforce this law in 2022. If you want to look this code up online, it's actually called the Short-Term Rental Regulation Act of 2018. All right, now let's get into the property tours. Now, if this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything about living in Washington, D.C. and the surrounding metropolitan area, then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you could be the first to know about the current market here in Washington, D.C. My name is Monique Malabet, and I'm with the Urban Metro Group. And we get calls every single day from people just like you. So whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days or in 9 months, feel free to reach out, as all of our contact information is in the description box below. and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move here to Washington, D.C. Now, let's get back to the home tour, and I look forward to seeing you around the city. You would think all this would clash, but it doesn't. Really, everything is done really well. Really extremely well. So that's right. Keep your wine fridge. Look at this window. This oven range is even kind of pimped out, decorated out. This huge gas cooking. This is like 6 burners. 1, 2, 3, 6. I wonder if this goes on. Let's flow on out to outside. Workspace is extremely nice. But you do have a look. You can actually see. So let's actually make our way. Let's run upstairs real quickly. So let's love this window. Obviously gives it a lot of natural light. So these picture windows are amazing. They work wonders in a home. So we're not gonna go through closets. This is still over here. This bathroom. So very nice. I think this is probably, you know, the HVAC and stuff like that. It doesn't show us the washing area. Love. See, I really love this. This is nice. The wood panel, not really wood panel, but how they separated the walls together. Right. It's similar to the other bedroom. Yeah. They utilize every inch of the home, which is really nice. Okay. Similar to downstairs windows. Cabinets like this. Nice. Alrighty, this is nice. Oh, this is very nice.
gorgeous. Another like wine bar hangout section, kitchen area. Oh, it's very cool to even put some like greenery on the rooftop. It's interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Not if you're not using it. This is actually nice. Got the little day bed up here. It's a tanning bed situation. That's funny. Okay. Great views kind of the city. I don't know if you guys saw the speakers up there as well. Very nice. So let's go on down. Ooh la la, look how they're utilizing their basement. Also notice the lights on the steps, which is really nice. Sometimes you see them underneath the steps. Okay, I'm loving this. But they do have a kitchen. Mini refrigerator. Okay, so I think that HVAC. I think it's over down here, but it's okay. Let's just check out. Oh yeah, there we go. Washer and dryer. I've been looking for that. I love how even with the lights not being on, you still get a lot of natural lights. It's really good for a basement. And even look at the tiles are gorgeous down here. Look all this natural light, y'all. It's great. I turned the lights on for you, but this is awesome. So you can easily rent this out, family, friends, etc. And then here's the backyard. We'll run back there real quickly. But I even like how they made the, you know, the wall still really nice, similar to the bedroom walls, despite it being a basement. Like they didn't treat the upgrades of the basement any different. Okay. Well, let's run outside real quick. Backyard. Backyard. It's a little bit huge island. We like entertainment. Definitely the island. The two-tone cabin. This is actually the entrance to the back. It's not much of an outdoor space, just the back entrance and a small alley, unfortunately. And we'll lock this off for storage for the Airbnb. There. Look at sails. Often about unique. Black door, exposed like it. Gray exposed bricks. Okay, so top level, first the first one. Again, reminder, Airbnb. So we just left. This is real estate. And once again, just to remind y'all, not every home's going to be pristine, unfortunately. I'm showing it. But at least you get the idea of how it looks when it's lived with. Ooh, I really love the shower. Color is so nice, and I know I love like a little holder right there. And so again, Airbnb, but nice closet space too. And real quickly, you can make sure the floors and the counter clean up. I like it very unique, the gray. They really committed to the theme. I love it. But black. So it's actually so. I mean, how do y'all feel about a black shop? Yeah, I'm liking it. I think they did a good job. It's a little too dark in here. Nice. So your primary, extremely high ceiling. So it makes the room feel much bigger than what it actually is, which is very nice. Let me turn our lights on for y'all, even though we got some good natural lighting, even with the windows being blind. I mean, not blind, being closed. Not too bad. And unfortunately, you all have a bit of a busy street. So, city living at its finest. So, yeah. You do have a decent sized closet. It's cool to see, you know, how you can set up your house like an Airbnb, like this one. Oh, so you have your HVAC system as well. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed that video tour. And if you have any questions and you're thinking about making a move, feel free to reach out. All of our contact information is in the description box below. And if you enjoyed that video, be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified about the next video. I look forward to seeing you around the city and in the next video. Take care.